As they line up for the start, it's going to be Patrick Gitter and Jeremy Gardner on the front row. Jeremy Edwards, Kevin Bernheimer have the second row. Clay Kirkenbauer and Pudge on the third row. Charles Joplin and Blake Vicken on the fourth row. Otto Cruz, Jarrett Woodard rounding out the top 10. 11th is PJ Cox, Chris Lockwood in 12th. 13th, Jacob Morgan, James Smith in 14th. Russell Worth 15th, Nate Johnson 16th. Bryant DeYoung 17th, Brandon Newby in 18th, Colby Whipple 19th, and Dean Webb in 20th. Blair Patterson starts 21st with Patrick Piper in 22nd, Justin Swafford 23rd. Clint is in 24th. Anthony Karen is 25th, Bradley Wright is 26th, Mickey Mouse is 27th, and Joe Ogle is 28th. Kenny Hyde Jr. 29th, Brian O'Shell 30th, 31st is Brandon Hubbard. Ryan McDaniel in 32nd. They almost got me on that one. All right, pace car is rolling. And of course, everybody cheering. Russell Worth has got Brenda cheering for him tonight. I did not check, but I did tell Russell earlier today, make sure he was driving the Chevy. Yes, he is. He's learning. Jeremy Gardner is driving in the pace car, just making sure the pace car driver knows where the right pedal is. 90 laps around the 2.66 mile high banked track here at Talladega. It was a wild race. Last time we were at a super speedway, Nate Johnson came home with the victory that day. Said he plans on doing it again here today. His goal is to keep the truck clean early on and see where he comes out. Paulo cheering on Blake Vicken. Oh, Melissa, I hope your daughter's okay. I've had ACL surgeries. Her surgery on both knees. We will definitely keep her in our prayers. Otto, obviously, cheering on Clint tonight. You guys definitely got very close to getting me on that one tonight, buddy. All right, the drivers are coming down turn 4. Remember, the start-finish line is way down, almost into turn 1 here. The leaders bring them down. All the way to green flag is in the air, and the end of pit road. The start-finish line is there. Patrick Gitter, 3 wins on the season, starts on the pole tonight. Could this be a Patrick Gitter dominated season here? Can Patrick Gitter get win number 4? Can Nate Johnson repeat the super speedway? Nate Johnson did tell me he feels confident going 4 wide here, and it is smoother than Legacy Daytona they raced at earlier in the season. Expects a cleaner, faster race. And Bryce is waiting for the bonks. Back through the field, everybody completes the first lap here. Looking further back to see if we have a group breaking off, as some of these drivers looked like they didn't actually put in a qualifying lap. Trying to play it safe. Brandon Newby way back in the field. Brian O'Shell, Ryan McDaniel, Kenny Hyde Jr., Brandon Hubbard. All way back in the field. It looks like they are getting single file. They're going to work together and keep their trucks out of trouble here tonight. And again, my apologies. any weirdness tonight. My throat is raw after the X-Cal finish last night. If you missed that, you definitely want to go check it out. But we are going to muddle through. This looks to be an epic race here as well. Patrick Gitter holding the lead. Everybody staying too wide. Nobody forcing the issue here early. Although we do have a truck dropping towards the back of the field. Looks like Blake Vicken is working his way back, trying to play it safe there in the Interstate Batteries truck. Looks like he is going to drop back with that second pack forming at the back. Oh, already a little sketchy as Patrick Gitter gets a little squirrely off 4. Might have had a little help. And Jeremy Gardner goes and scores his first lead of the night. He led a lap with help from Kevin Bernheimer in second. Pudge now leading the top line on the outside. Down through 3 and 4, the front 3 single file. It is too wide the rest of the way back. Fortunately, nobody attempting 3 wide here early. I am guessing after Daytona, they all talked about patience coming into tonight. 90 laps, well over 200 miles. Everybody needs to be there at the end to have any kind of a chance. Blake Vicken has dropped back with Ryan McDaniel, Brandon Newby, Brian O'Shell, that little group back there trying to get formed up single file. Jeremy Gardner, with help from Kevin Bernheimer, got to the lead, but Pudge is up on the high side. He has got help from Jarrett Woodard, and they are making their way forward. Everybody playing it safe. A few trucks moving around just a little bit, but so far, so good. The top 20 cars still within 1 second of each other. In fact, once they come back around to the start-finish line, we're going to hop in the truck with Russell Worth, dial up his in-car camera, and see what he is seeing back there in the pack. Down the front straightaway, and you see just how close it is. Everybody holding their breath. Having to get out of the throttle as they gain momentum to make sure they don't hit the truck in front of them. Swafford briefly looked like he might try and go 3 wide. PJ Cox, a power move up to the high side. Wow. Tony Caron, 2 cars up. He moves down to the bottom as PJ comes up. And Russell right on the back bumper of Swafford, not giving any room for error here. Has to back out. You'll see these guys move up and out a little bit just to get air on the nose of the car, keep the engine from overheating. Russell Worth puts a small gap in there just to get some air on the engine. That was a lap around with Russell Worth, 52.1 seconds. And I can promise you sometimes here at Talladega, when you're in a place like Russell Worth or some of these other guys mid-pack, you don't breathe for several laps at a time. Mid-pack, everybody settling in. It looks like these guys are definitely committed to having a good, clean race here. For the most part, everybody holding their line, staying steady, and playing it safe. And now Pudge starting to pull even, gets a nose ahead up on the high side. Can he get his first lap led of the race when they come down the front straightaway? Bernheimer a little bobble into turn 3. Pudge falls back a little bit. That outside line really carries the momentum on the straightaways. Pudge does lead his first lap of the night. 3 leaders so far tonight. Pudge, Jeremy Gardner, and Patrick Gitter. Don't expect that to be the only 3 to lead here tonight, though. Gardner out front, Bernheimer pushing him in second, Patrick Gitter back in third. Jeremy Edwards in fourth. And talking about Jeremy and Patrick, these guys, and even Pudge, all these guys in the top 10 in points have to be a bit worried about this race. This is one of those races that could flip-flop the entire point situation in a single moment. In fact, a run. Oh, Pudge makes a power move down to the bottom. Barely fits in there. Clay Kickenbauer is the car he dropped down in front of. There in the 46. Just had to get out of the throttle and give him enough room. That leaves Jarrett Woodard on the high side leading the outside line, but now Kickenbauer hops up to the top. Patrick Gitter, the points leader, currently scored in 6th place. Kenny Hyde Jr., who's second in points, much further back in the field. He is back with that group playing it safe. He's currently 31st. Blair Patterson comes into tonight third in points. He is also in the group playing it kind of safe. He's in 26th. Swafford, who is 4th in points, currently running in 17th. And Jeremy Gardner, who jumped up 2 spots in the points last week, he's up front leading right now. That outside line having problem. Caution is out. There are 3 wide and a big wreck right behind the leaders. This could be the big one. Looks like Bryant DeYoung, several others involved in this one. Let's take a look right around where Justin Swafford is. I think it might have happened. Oh, no, it does. Swafford get the 38, just comes down a little bit, gets Swafford, and chaos ensues behind. Patrick Piper, Justin Swafford, Ryan McDaniel, Bryant DeYoung, Joe Ogle, all caught up in that, as well as Mickey Mouse. And a lot of trucks on pit road. Looks like timing and scoring still giving us a bit of a headache here. As it looks like all the leaders are going to come down. We'll see them at least top off on fuel early in the race. Could see a few take right sides. I don't expect to see anybody that is not damaged take 4 tires. Jeremy Gardner, the first one to hit his pit stall. Who's going to be off pit road first? Gardner gets off first. Let's see if we can get a word with Gardner. Hey, Jeremy, this is Doug. You got me?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, man. Obviously, being out front might be the safest place to be. Are you going to be able to stay out there tonight? And is there anybody you're worried about sitting right behind you?
No, I'm just trying to stay up front and avoid the chaos. Me and Kevin work pretty well together, so just trying to stay up front and avoid all the disaster in the back.
That seems to be the safe bet here early. A group broke off and went, obviously, pulling the hang off at the back and try and stay out of trouble. No interest in joining them back there?
Yeah, no thank you on that.
Now, you did jump up a couple spots in the points tonight, or after last week. Obviously, leading here early will give you some extra points, but are you trying to get as many laps led as possible, get a little bonus there?
Yeah, I'm trying to get as much points as I can and get my first win of the season. I've been close about 2 or 3 times now, so it's time to make it happen.
Yeah, you definitely have had some close calls. Good luck. Hopefully you can get that car into victory lane tonight, buddy.
Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.
All right, Jeremy Gardner in the lead with Mickey Mouse in second place in the Nesquik car. Looks like Swafford got to the front of the field a little sooner than he expected. He'll drop back in line here. Well, Jeremy Gardner was the first off of pit road. Justin Swafford and the 69 had both gone to pit road as well, so I'm not sure. They get the 1 to green. I guess they'll sort it out right here. Not sure if there was a scoring glitch or Mickey Mouse and Justin Swafford got off pit road exceedingly quickly. Doesn't look like it. I'm not sure how they ended up lining up at the front here, but here we have it. Paulo saying he was shocked that Brandon Newby didn't start that one. Striker, I thought everybody had forgotten that, dude. I'm glad. Oh, I'm so happy to see somebody remember that. All right, everybody lined up for the restart. It'll be Swafford and Mickey Mouse on the front row. Gardner and Bradley Wright on the second row. Edwards and Gitter on the third row. Pudge and Clay kicking back. Well, it looks like they are sorting out the starting order, restart order here. Okay, it does look like they are fixing the restart order. Lights are still out, so we will go green this time. Pace car is in. The long drive down the front straightaway to the start-finish line. Once they're inside the restart zone, Gardner controls the restart. Green flag is in the air. They're down and away again. Still 31 cars on the lead lap. Ryan McDaniel is showing as 1 lap down. Patrick Gitter up on the high side. Gardner down low. Patrick Gitter has a little help. The 17 of Jeremy Edwards pushing Gitter to the lead. A great run out of turn 2. They start shuffling down together. Patrick Gitter has reclaimed the lead with Jeremy Edwards' help. Clay Kickenbauer gets left up on the high side. He's got Charles Joplin right there with him. Otto Cruz jumps into the high line now to help. And it gets a little sketchy up high. The 22 of James Smith gets shuffled out of the high line. He is going to go, holy cow. All right, well, they get it all sorted out. Everybody's still in one piece. 2 distinct packs forming here. Patrick Piper looks like he is leading group number 2 around the track. From 23rd on back as a buffer to try and keep the trucks clean for the remainder of the race. A common practice here at Talladega and at Daytona. I'm good, Striker. That's hilarious, though. I thought that had since been forgotten. Excuse me, sorry. Patrick Gitter in the lead, the top 4 single file. Pudge looked like he was going to hop up for a moment. Stays down on the bottom. Now Lockwood jumps up to the high side. He's going to have Clay Kickenbauer, and they'll start making their way back toward the front. The right group working together can definitely get that high line to the front as we saw on the restart, but it takes a lot of cooperation. That high line definitely has a momentum advantage coming off the turns, especially out of turn 2. It's very common for whoever's leading the high line out of turn 2 to be leading the bottom line by the time they get to turn 3 if they're close enough to the front. And Gardner looks like he might be preparing to jump up to the high line. Down the back straightaway. And that high line starting to pick up some momentum. Lockwood up top, and the high line really starting to reform now. And would you look at that? Back up in 12th after he had dropped all the way to 20th, Russell Worth. And Tony Caron, look at the run he's having tonight. Started in 25th up to 11th. Another one with a big jump so far, Brandon Hubbard, who started in 31st, is up to 20th. So far, those are the 3 biggest movers. Patrick Gitter, though, up front has Lockwood on the high side. Lockwood cannot get ahead on the back straightaway. Really impressed with how the drivers are doing tonight, showing a lot of patience, a lot of give and take here early. Although I would expect with about 10 laps to go, a lot of that give and take is just going to turn into take. Looking for how far back the second group is fallen, led by Bradley Wright. Now they are 4.2 seconds behind Blake Vicken, who is at the tail end of the lead lap. And this group looks like they are staying, giving each other a lot of space. Even though they're at the tail end of the lead pack, they're trying to give themselves a little bit of a buffer here. Back up front, Patrick Gitter still in the lead. 3 wins so far this season. Edwards in second, Gardner in third. Everybody settling in for a fairly calm race so far. Nobody being overly aggressive. A few guys working their way forward 1 and 2 spots at a time. And you have to wonder, these guys that are hanging off the back here with Bradley Wright, are they going to be able to get back up when the time comes, especially on the off chance that this thing stays single file? But I just realized they should be able to. Kenny Hyde Jr. in the mellow. They've got 2 mellow yellow trucks in that group. Kenny Hyde Jr. and Ryan McDaniel, both in that pack. They'll have extra horsepower from Harry Hogg. They'll be able to get back up there when the time comes. Every once in a while, it looks like Gardner is thinking about jumping to the high line, getting up there with Lockwood, and see if he can make his way back into the lead. Right now, though, hanging out on the bottom, seems to be working that inside line. Looks like Patrick Gitter has moved up about 1/4 to 1/2 of a lane, depending on where he's at on the track. Could be trying to take advantage and maybe get a little side draft every time Chris Lockwood closes in. A little gap back here. Russell Worth had dropped off, and Kevin Bernheimer also on the high side. Looked like there was a little bit of excitement going on just in front of him. You know, James Smith is trying to find a way to get himself back up toward the front. He was up there in the top 5, but got shuffled all the way to the high side and shuffled quite a ways back before the caution. And wow, this is Blair Patterson looked like he might be thinking about making it 3 wide. He almost got the nose to the inside of James Smith. Backed off a little bit, thought better of it. Gitter is still in the lead, but that outside line starting to make some headway. They're building some momentum. Didn't take a look at the track temperature when they started. 125 degrees right now. 74 degrees is the air temperature. We'll have to monitor that track temperature as it goes up. These trucks will slip and slide a little bit more. That lead pack looks like it is. Colby Whipple has gotten lost. He is out there all alone. Got damage to the nose of that truck. He is falling back. Kenny Hyde Jr. leading this second pack back here. They'll pick him up here shortly. There's 26 cars in that lead pack. Blake Vicken hanging off the back, but just within drafting range. But it is really still anybody's race. Ryan McDaniel only 1 lap down right now. Could easily get back to the lead lap with a single caution. It's like throwing a dart at a dartboard to try and pick a winner here today. Blair Patterson was back prior to the caution, was back in that group that was hanging off the back. He has now gotten back up in the mix, currently in 15th, comes in tonight 3rd in points. Has consistently ran pretty well and made his way, hangs out towards the back until about the halfway point of every race so far this season, then just starts progressively working his way toward the front. And make sure you drop in the comments, let us know who you're cheering for tonight. If you have a favorite driver or a favorite number or a favorite color or a favorite paint scheme, let us know. Plus all these retro paint schemes, man, I just love them. And it is really cool to see the two Dodge trucks in the field. One driven by Blair Patterson. Actually, have not seen the second Dodge truck in the field here tonight, but Blair's out there representing. Oh, it is getting really dicey back there. Kevin Bernheimer's up in the wall. And a big wreck out of the turn. Caution is out. Nate Johnson collected. Looks like the incident starts with Bernheimer, but not sure if it was all on him. Let's see if we can get a different. There's Bernheimer in the 2 on the high side. Blair Patterson right in front of him. Oh, the 22 of James Smith is caught again. Couldn't tell if Smith came down or Bernheimer came up. Nate Johnson, several others, Blake Vicken down on the bottom trying to avoid it, but they get caught anyway. Second caution of the night. And Bryce, call it, buddy. Hey, we've got another Whipple in the stand tonight. Haley Whipple's with us. Ryan Warp cheering on Blake Vicken. John Morse wanting pink to win. Well, there is the Superflow Chevy driven by Clay Kirkenbauer. Pace car leads them around. Expect to see most of the field back on pit road as we are 1/3 of the way through this race. And let's see if we can get a word with Patrick Gitter. Hey, Mr. Gitter, it's Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. Got you, Doug.
Hey, you're up here leading another race this week. I mean, how many races do you need to win this season?
I don't know, man. Just keep on trucking, I guess. I don't know. It's just kind of the pattern right now. But I mean, I was looking at the pole times coming into this. I just barely had it. There were a lot of quick times, just within a few tenths of each other. I think that kind of speaks to the race that we've seen so far, man. A lot of fast guys. Pretty clean race here for the trucks at DEGA. So I'm just excited to see how this plays out.
It has been a really clean race. Only a few incidents and a lot more planned. The trucks, even with the high track temperatures, seem a lot more planned than what we normally see here.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's they've been pretty easy to drive, to keep planted. I know I got one. I think it was like a bump draft or something. I got coming out of 2 first few laps. Got a little loose, but I mean the difference with that is I was able to save it a little easier than I think you normally could. So whatever the difference is in the track temp, I think it's helping. But I'm just excited to have some green flag racing here. Excited for everybody watching tonight. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. These guys are fast, good drivers, and I think the end is going to be awesome.
All right, man. Well, good luck. It definitely looks like it's going to be an awesome race.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, Doug.
Patrick Gitter comes into the night with the points lead and has led quite a few laps here so far tonight. Three wins so far this season, but after pit stops, it is Jeremy Edwards up in the lead. Dean Webb, for the first time tonight, up in the top 5. He is in second. Jacob Morgan in third. Chris Lockwood just comes to pit road. That puts Pudge back in fourth. Patrick Gitter to fifth after a longer stop. Looks like he took tires where the top 3 did not. Gardner in sixth. Clint is currently in seventh. Jarrett Woodard is eighth. Charles Joplin is ninth. Otto Cruz in 10th. As they stack back up and get ready for the restart. All right, so there's been a little bit of talk about Blake Vicken in the chat, and Blake Vicken chimed in and said, y'all watch your mouths. Or hush your mouths. Just worth noting is, Blake, you should probably not be texting and driving. Just a thought. Yeah, Brenda, I definitely agree. That Chevy is really helping Russellworth out tonight. He is currently in 11th. Colby Whipple currently back in 19th. So far has had a good night, just hanging back. He was the first run. He actually hung out in the back, the group that was trying to play it safe. Now looks like he is going to start working his way toward the front. He did get 4 fresh tires under that pit stop. Great to see so many fans in the stands tonight. It has been an epic night of racing with the Outlaw Cup Series before this one, and now Talladega. Well, it speaks for itself. It is always a great race here. Pace car is in. Jeremy Edwards controls the restart. Down towards the start-finish line. Edwards is not jumping on. There he goes. He gets on the gas. No, he didn't. It looked like he started to. Green flag in the air now. Have to wonder about that. It looked like Jeremy Edwards got on the gas for a brief second. The whole truck shifted. But then he waited for the green flag. They're down and away into turn 1. Tony Carron down low, and Russell Worth, look at that bow tie power moving him forward. Joe Ogle currently in 14th, looking to see where the group is going to split at this time, and see if we have a pack drop off the back to try and play it safe. Doesn't look like we're going to have a group playing it safe, or at least not a big one this time, as Ryan McDaniels is making his way back toward the front, but Dean Webb has taken the lead. He has scored as the leader at the line. Dean Webb to the lead for the first time tonight. He shifts back up and blocks the run by Pudge. And now here comes Jeremy Edwards down to the bottom. Pudge really wanting to get up there and lead some laps, get some points. He did say a couple weeks ago he has got to get a win to get into the All-Star race because he wasn't sure he would get voted in. I kind of question that one. Something tells me the Nowski Nation would vote Pudge into the race. Just a hunch. Jeremy Edwards manages to clear the outside line to the lead. Jacob Morgan, who started in 13th, is now up there on the bottom in the 24 car. He is looking for the top spot. Patrick Gitter there, Jeremy Gardner, Clint, Jarrett Woodard, Charles Joplin. And Russell Worth hanging out in the top 10. Dean Webb looked like he had almost got clear. Looked like he might try and make it down to the bottom. Before they got to turn 3, didn't make the move. Playing it safe up on the high side. Looking further back in the pack, I do not believe there is a pack that is broken off this time. Blake Vicken at the tail end of the pack. He is only 3 seconds behind him, and Brandon Newby still within drafting range of the main pack. As they start to close back up, still 29 cars on the lead lap and all still in contention. Couple drivers said they knew, unlike Daytona where 3 wide is iffy, they can easily go 3 wide here, and we might even see 4 wide here late in the race. I wouldn't be surprised on the final lap to see 5 wide, but once the white flag is out, I guarantee you all bets are off. And look at the push. Jeremy Edwards is getting down the front or the back straightaway. Oh! I do believe the 48 of Jeremy Gardner got into the wall just a little bit. Gonna try and get, we've got cars off track behind. No caution yet. It's like PJ Cox, Nate Johnson, Mickey Mouse, all at an off track. PJ has heavy damage on the right side. Caution is now out. Try and see where all of this started. There's PJ Cox, and oh, it looks like there was a little bit of an incident right in front of him. Everybody tried to get down to the bottom to avoid it. Nate Johnson was collected. Let's see. Look up where Ryan McDaniels is, see if maybe it started right. He was already checking up for it. Happened somewhere behind. Might have happened with Colby Whipple. Let's rewind one more time and see if we can figure out what happened. There was a car in the wall when these guys came through. It happened right in front of Whipple. The 99 and the 69 get together. Whipple drives through it again. I cannot remember exactly how many incidents Colby Whipple drove through last week, but it was a lot. His wreck avoidance skills definitely way up there. We'll get this back to live and take a quick look at Blake Vicken for you. Does not look like Blake had any damage to the truck whatsoever. Still in one piece as all the leaders are coming to pit road. And again, our apologies. Some sort of glitch with our timing scoring replay software. So replays only work correctly every now and then. A lot of drivers come to pit road. Nate Johnson makes a last-minute choice to stay out. Catches up to the rest of the field. That is a lapped car in front of him. I believe that is Bryant DeYoung, who will be waved around if he does not go to pit road. Blake Vicken chiming in, he's fine. Hey Blake, have I talked to you about texting and driving yet?
What was that?
Have I talked to you about texting and driving yet?
No, you have not.
Blake, you should not be texting and driving.
I'm doing it on pit road.
Well, I know you've managed to stay out of trouble so far, but there's been some close calls back there. Are you going to continue to stay in the back and play it safe, or is this where we see you start making your way forward?
Oh, you won't see me making my way forward until at least 10 to go.
Well, all
Then
right.
it's going to be a little fun.
Well, hopefully you can play it safe till then and keep that truck out of trouble. You've done a great job of it so far, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. Just hopefully I have enough britches for this.
I hope you wore the brown pants today.
Hopefully.
All right, so Blake Vicken may or may not have worn the brown pants today. Nate Johnson in the lead, Jeremy Edwards second, Jacob Morgan third, Patrick Gitter fourth, Charles Joplin fifth, Blair Patterson sixth. Everybody has been to pit road again. PJ Cox and Joe Ogle still on pit road. Looks like PJ is on his way off pit road. Blake Vicken is coming down to top off on fuel. Looks like they are getting the one to green. That's going to put Bryant DeYoung getting a lap back here. Nate Johnson up front did win Daytona. Felt very confident when I talked to him earlier today. Felt very confident about his chances here tonight. However, a lot of fast trucks out there. James Smith on his way back off pit road. James having a rough night. He has been caught in every incident. Still has damage to the truck. Did not fast repair. Got a manual repair on that truck, hoping it'll be up to speed. Joe Ogle also coming off pit road. Looks like he'll come off one lap down. Looks like Chris Lockwood is the only driver out of the race so far. And this far into a race at Talladega, only one car out is a really good sign. Yeah, Brandon Newby has been back there playing it safe as well. Expect to see those two work their way to the front together, along with a few others we've seen hanging out back at the back of the field. From the sounds of it, when 10 to go hits, we're going to see the guys at the back come charging forward. Pace car about to drop off. Just to show, you see where the start-finish line is there. Over halfway down to turn number 1. As Nate Johnson approaches at the top of the tri-oval. Green flag is in the air. They fire it down into turn 1. What in the world just happened there? Looks like one driver might have had some problems getting the truck started. The outside line is sending it forward. Jacob Morgan looked like he might have had wheel spin on the restart. Now Jeremy Edwards is out front with Patrick Gitter pushing him. Not the first time we've seen those two working together here tonight. Nate Johnson now back into third after staying out. It looks like Bernheimer's had a problem behind. He is dropping back. He is down on the apron. Several drivers dropping down to the apron. Bernheimer comes back up to speed, hops back up on the track. He is all the way back to 16th now. Could be a strategy move here. Pudge also hanging out at the back of the field. Jeremy Edwards, Patrick Gitter taking advantage of being up front. Nate Johnson in third. The top 7 or 8 single file, then it gets too wide. Back around 10th place with Blair Patterson. And Patrick Piper to go. Holy cow, was that Dean Webb? That was Dean Webb. What a jump to the high side. It is getting really sketchy back here mid-pack. They're 3 wide going down the front straightaway. They're just now halfway. We've got a car in the wall. That was Blair Patterson hard into the outside. Blair Patterson manages to keep it up high, keep it out of trouble, but I guarantee you, he has got some damage on the right side. Dean Webb right behind him. I think Blair Patterson is having trouble maintaining speed. That right front, heavily damaged. Newby and Vicken right behind him, trying to push him. Too slow. Newby jumps up to the high side with Vicken. They're going to clear Blair Patterson. Patterson way down on speed. And Paulo's saying he hopes Mike Vicken cleaned his room so he can play Call of Duty later. Amy Rochelle cheering on Mickey Mouse here tonight. Mickey Mouse currently in 15th after starting 27th. Back in that pack of drivers just playing it safe right now. Swafford just turned the fastest lap of the race back in 10th. He is starting to make his way forward after the restart. He's been shuffled back a couple of times here tonight. Meanwhile, Jeremy Edwards, Patrick Gitter lead the lead pack around. Caution! We knew it was getting sketchy mid-pack. Let's see. Looks like Bradley Wright involved. Heavy damage to Bradley Wright. Dean Webb looks like he cleared. I'm not sure what happened. That second pack who were hanging out trying to play it safe. Oh, the 58 just comes up. He ends up flipping upside down. Bradley Wright heavily damaged. The 58 of Kenny Hyde Jr. also heavily damaged. He'll have to get a repair. The engine is smoking. Could potentially see the entire field hit pit road again just to top off on fuel. Just past halfway, Jeremy Edwards in the lead. Remember, Nate Johnson did not pit last time. Will he come down this time? Stayed out for track position. It paid off so far, but now he's going to have to follow the leaders. And it looks like the leaders are going to come to pit road. Nate's going to come with them. We'll give Nate a second to hit pit road, and then we'll dial him up and see how he's feeling. Obviously, his strategy move paying off here. Hey, Nate, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes.
Well, you sound
I know, just trying to keep my pit road speed.
Gotcha. You sound a bit happy. Obviously, the strategy move on the last caution paying off, getting you a lot of track position here.
Yeah, I did not want to be in the back there. Things were getting kind of crazy. I got wrecked twice, so I figured let's try getting up to the front.
Well, it's definitely working. I know coming into tonight, you said you definitely have a shot at it. The strategy is paying off so far. Are you going to be able to get around Jeremy and Patrick when the time comes?
I think so. I'm happy just pushing them right now, saving a little bit of fuel. As long as I'm, not in the crazy part, I think I'm happy. Until the end, of course.
Until the end. What lap do you choose to make your move? After, obviously, you got to wait till about 5 or 10 to go, but what lap can we expect to see you make your move for the lead?
If I'm in third, I'd say with 1 to go.
All right, well, we'll keep a close eye on that. You won at Daytona, looking for the second Super Speedway win of the season.
Yeah, sure.
Good luck, buddy.
Thanks.
Nate Johnson obviously very confident knowing he can make his move on the white flag lap. Jacob Morgan has been hanging out in the top 5 all night. A problem on the restart last time. We'll see if he can get going this time without any problem. The top 8 drivers did not take tires. Fuel only. Jarrett Woodard and Charles Joplin both took 4 tires. They're in 9th and 10th. A lot of drivers out here, no tires or 2 tires only. Hey, thank you, Melissa. Should be getting 1 to green this time by. Lights are out. Still a lot of trucks on pit road. Coming back in, rather. Brandon Hubbard, Blake Vicken, Blair Patterson, Brian O'Shell, Kenny Hyde Jr. all hit pit road again to top off on fuel. getting into the point in the race where fuel mileage is going to be a consideration. Thank you, Jeremy. Dean Webb asking if Kyle is coming over for dinner. It's getting a little weird in the chat tonight. All right, Jeremy Edwards, Patrick Gitter on the front row, Nate Johnson, Jacob Morgan on the second row, Tony Karen, Patrick Piper on the third row, Swafford and Pudge on the fourth row, Woodard and Joplin rounding out the top 10. Tony Karen, the biggest mover so far, started in 25th, currently running in 5th. A lot of drivers have made their way forward from really far back starting positions, but still a lot of racing left to go. Just over 40 laps to go. Pace truck is in. Jeremy Edwards leads him down the front straightaway to the start-finish line. He'll control the restart. Watch the 24. Does Jacob have any problems on the restart this time? Green flag in the air. No problems at the front. At the back, though, things look a little sketchy going off into turn 1. Everybody sorts back into 2 wide. Blake Vicken back in 27. Oh, it gets really close right in front of him as the 4 comes up right in front of him. PJ Cox, Bryant DeYoung back out. They play it safe back toward the back, forming that second group. And now look at this, that second group starting to form, but the guys behind running up have to be a bit careful here. Back at the front, Jeremy Edwards, Nate Johnson now in second, single file. Too wide all the way around as Patrick Gitter tries to work his way to the front with help from Jacob Morgan. Jacob, massive bump draft down the back straightaway. And a lot of movement out of these trucks a little bit early. A lot of these guys having not taken tires. Quick look at the track temperature here, still 125 degrees. No additional heat in the track at the moment. But the old tires, with that much heat in the track, we could start seeing a lot more slipping around. Tony Karen even slipping around down on the bottom. Plus, the trucks are really susceptible to being moved by the draft. If the truck behind them starts wiggling, it might make your back end a little bit twitchy. Caution is out. Have to look. I think Mickey Mouse might have been involved. Kevin Bernheimer looks like he is involved again. Bernheimer comes down right in front of Mickey Mouse. They get collected. The 48 just manages to drive by. Newbie's coming. Blake Vicken makes it through safely. Almost comes to a complete stop, but he makes it. Patrick Gitter did not have enough time to take the lead on that one. Jeremy Edwards holding him off for the moment. Jeremy Edwards still has the lead. Now the question is, how many of these guys are going to hit pit road and top off on fuel? If he stays out or when he's back out on track, we're going to get a word with Jacob Morgan. See what happened a couple of restarts ago when we saw the truck wiggling around. Let Jacob get down to his pit stall, get some fuel. Will he take tires this time? No. Fuel only stop for Morgan. Nate Johnson drag race down the straightaway. Hey Jacob, it's Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, Doug, I got you, man.
Hey, I have a question. A couple restarts ago, it looked like you spun the tires. The truck just kind of wiggling back and forth there on the restart. What happened?
Yeah, man, as I gave him that push, man, my tires started spinning, man. I had a heck of a ride there.
Well, you managed to hold on to it, and you've managed to stay in the top 5 pretty much all night. Obviously, this pit stop putting you back a little bit. How are you feeling about your chances here?
I know we'll find out on that last lap, man. That's going to be the call right there. Wait for that big one.
Oh, definitely so. Well, as long as you can keep that truck out front, you think you'll be safe?
Oh, yeah, man. I don't want to be back there.
There has been a little bit of chaos. All right, man. Good luck, and hopefully we'll be talking to you in victory lane, buddy.
All right, Doug. Thanks.
Blake Vicken responding to all of his fans in chat tonight. Great job, Blake. Hey, thank you, Patrick. Appreciate you, buddy. Justin Swafford has the lead for the first time tonight after pit stop cycled through. 4 drivers do not go to pit road. Justin Swafford, Jarrett Woodard, Colby Whipple, and Clay Kickenbauer. Everybody behind them has stopped at least for fuel. In fact, it was fuel only stops all the way back to Blake Vicken in 20th. Jeremy Gardner in 21st, Brandon Newby in 22nd. Both look like they got tires, and it looks like they're both coming back down to take on fuel and probably position themselves at the back of the field. Right now, though, Swafford in the lead with Jarrett Woodard, Colby Whipple, Clay Kickenbauer, Jeremy Edwards, Patrick Gitter, Nate Johnson, Jacob Morgan, Patrick Piper, and Tony Caron rounding out the top 10. Otto Cruz has been sitting back there hanging around in 11th and 12th, just outside of the top 10 all night. Could we see a charge from him later on? Dean Webb has been back and forth all night. We've seen him up in 5th. We've seen him back in 20th. And Pudge the same way. He has been all the way back in 20th. He's been all the way up into the top 5 tonight. Several drivers having up and down kind of nights, and several drivers just managing to stay up front out of trouble. Down through turns 3 and 4. And you know, I think about every other restart, the front row has changed completely. Usually about the top 5 are swapping due to different tire and pit strategies. And that has caused us to see a lot of different leaders here tonight. As they come down, the pace car getting ready to dive in. There he goes. 35 laps to go when they hit the start-finish line. Swafford controls the restart. Green flag is in the air. They're down and away. Swafford gets a good jump on the field. He might end up paying for that if Jarrett Woodard doesn't come down and fill the gap. He might get overrun here. Swafford way out front, not what you want to do at Daytona and Talladega, because the rest of the field will build momentum quicker and you will get run over. Looks like he should be okay as they come down the back straightaway. Nobody attempts the 3-wide move to get around him. But up on the high side, Jarrett Woodard now to the lead. Back across the start-finish line. At the line, Woodard led the lap. Mid-pack, everybody staying calm, but look at the snaking down the back straightaway. I don't think anybody's trying to cool their engines just yet. I really think some guys were looking to see if they could pick up spots. It's 3 wide toward the front. As the 17 is up, trying to come up the middle, that is Jeremy Edwards. And he is making it happen. Look at Edwards go. Edwards all the way up the middle. Now the third line, the high side got left hung to dry. The third line moved down. Edwards leads that lap. Woodard up top, all just one car to help. He is going backwards. And what a move by Jeremy Edwards. He is now to the lead with Patrick Gitter right on the back bumper. They drop down to the bottom line. Now Jacob Morgan controls the top line. Can he get a push to the lead? Looking back through the field, trying to find the group off the back. Brandon Newby back in 25th. Looks like PJ Cox, Blair Patterson, and Joe Ogle are the only ones not in the lead pack. Brandon Newby, Blake Vicken hanging just outside of drafting range, along with Russell Worth and Brian O'Shell. James Smith hanging out back there as well. James, probably a good idea to play it safe, along with Bernheimer, as those guys have had really bad luck tonight, been caught in everything. And look at how far Woodard has fallen. After being up there and leading, he is now back into 18th. Meanwhile, Jeremy Edwards' power move up the middle has paid off. He has the lead with Patrick Gitter on his back bumper. Swafford in third, Whipple in fourth, and Nate Johnson in fifth. Jacob Morgan trying to get something working on the high side. He's got Tony Karen there to help. Tony Cairns had an off and on season, but still battling in the points. Just outside of the top 10, currently 12th in points, still well within range to get up there and win the title. "30 laps to go." Some of these guys way at the back have said they're waiting till 10 to go to make their move to the front. I suspect we'll see some of them working forward a little bit sooner. Brandon Newby back there in 25th, Blake Vick in 24th, Russell Worth in 23rd, James Smith in 22nd, Ryan McDaniel in 21st. We've seen some of these guys like Brandon Hubbard all the way up at the front tonight at one point, now hanging out at the back. Same with James Smith. They are out of fast repairs. They are just trying to play it safe till it comes down to the final laps. And a lot of movement out of that high line as Swafford has jumped up to the high line in front of Jacob Morgan, trying to pull that group back to the lead. Mickey Mouse has come back up off of pit road. Back down, out into the tri-oval they go. Now, I will say late in the race that as Swafford goes to the lead, Swafford is scored as the leader that time by. The position of the start-finish line here at Talladega comes into play quite often. Almost every other... Oh! A little bobble out of Patrick Gitter. He hangs on to it and continues pushing. And now that outside line led by Jacob Morgan looks like they are going to try and hang Swafford out. Tony Cairns jumps down to help Swafford. Jacob Morgan may be hung out to dry. Morgan is going backwards, not where he wanted to be. Jacob Morgan now back into 13, slots back in to the outside line, right in front of Dean Webb. The position of the start-finish line, as we were saying, definitely comes into play here quite often. You can be leading where the start-finish line would be at Daytona or any other racetrack, but here you can be leading there and not win the race. I know from personal recent experience you can be leading at the middle of the tri-oval and not win the race when you get to that start-finish line. The timing has to be perfect. You have to wait a little while later than you would anywhere else, and you have to make sure you have the momentum. The front 4 or 5 cars truck single file right now. The front 4 single file before you find Justin Swafford leading the outside line. The back group led by Brandon Hubbard. 5 trucks lined up single file just off the back, all leaving gaps between them, playing it safe for the time being. Mickey Mouse has, oh no, PJ Cox has come back to pit road. 25 laps to go. Expect to see some drivers start working their way forward in about 5 laps. We've got a car up on the high side. That is the 99 of Joe Ogle. Gets up high, stays out of the lead pack's way. Same with Blair Patterson, staying down on the apron, letting everybody by. Tonight is going to be a hard hit for Blair Patterson, who came into tonight third in points. Amy Rochelle loves Mickey Mouse. Mickey obviously having a very, very rough night, but staying in the fight, trying to make it and pick up as many points as possible. Because here at Talladega and at Daytona, the point situation could change in a moment. Justin Swafford leading that outside line, and it seems like they are actually losing a little bit of ground. And look at Jarrett Woodward. If you've been paying attention in the background, Woodward has been moving back and forth, high to low, low to high. Wherever he can advance a position, he goes. He is starting to work his way back toward the front. Currently scored in 14th. Same with Jacob Morgan right beside him. Jacob up on the high side. Got shuffled all the way back and is trying to work his way forward. Dean Webb had a little bobble there in the middle of, or going into turn 3. That outside line trying to build up some momentum. Now Tony Caron leading that outside line, trying to get back up to Jeremy Edwards. It looks like they are moving forward again. Justin Swafford giving Tony Caron a really good push. Jacob Morgan coming forward, coming back toward the front. He wanted to get as far forward and stay as far forward as possible. Nate Johnson beside him on the bottom. The winner at Daytona. Can he do it again? And let us not forget Pujanowski back there in 12th place. Looking for the first win, his first win of the season here. Struggled all season, has finished second, third, has multiple podium and top 5 finishes, but cannot get to victory lane. Brandon Hubbard and Kenny Hyde Jr. and Brian, oh my gosh, wreck in the middle of 1 and 2. Caution is out. Several drivers had just hit pit road. All right, looking at Pudge, I think it started somewhere around Pujanowski here. No, Nate Johnson suddenly had to check up. He got too big of a run. And several cars collected. Let's get a slightly better look at Nate's situation. The 12 car checked up as PJ Cox was up high. Everybody goes evasive. Looked like Jeremy Edwards was already down on the apron. Several cars collected. Caution is out again. We were talking about at any moment the point situation could change. That could be right now. Apologies again for the weirdness here. The software we use for the replay updated this afternoon, and obviously a bit of an issue with some of this. Looks like all the leaders are going to come to pit road. Expect this to be the final stop for everybody. Swafford hits his pit stall. Can he get back off? No tires, fuel only. Who will win the race off of pit road here? Oh, Swafford, I think he got together with Newbie as he comes off pit road. Looks like Swafford's going to come off in fourth. Let's see if we can get a word. Justin, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
10-4.
Hey, man, it looked like you might have barely connected with Brandon Newby there on pit road. Did you, or was it just a really close call?
It doesn't show any contact on my end.
Okay, it just looked really, really close from up here.
Yeah, as far as I know, we're good. Hopefully.
No damage to the truck, so you look fine there. You were out there leading. You managed to fight your way up to the front after starting in 23rd. How are you feeling about your chances here late in the race?
Oh man, it's DEGA. Anything can happen here. You know, you just got to go out here and hopefully just keep it out of the crap.
That is true. You've managed to keep it out of most of the crap tonight so far. And looks like you're going to restart about 6th. Can you get back to the front here? I know you had some struggles there up on the high side getting everybody moving forward.
Yeah, it depends on who's all in that top line, who's in the bottom line. You know, it depends on, you got to really know who's working with who and pay attention though when they're getting that run and watch for it. Sometimes, you know, that top line's moving, but then that bottom line will get going and have the momentum, you know, going down the straightaway. So you just got to pick your battles and choose when to go.
All right, man. Well, you've had a great run so far tonight. Led a couple laps. Obviously, the point's going to help tonight. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Bryce, I have to agree. Heckin' bonks. That is definitely the word for tonight. And just for your Whipple update, Colby in 12th place right now. Has some damage, but it has not really affected him. I don't know if he can get to the lead, but he can certainly stay in the draft. He is not losing any speed there. Also, Russell Worth currently in 13th. And still surviving. He was caught in that incident. Comes back out perfectly fine. Otto Cruz is out front for the first time here tonight. And with less than 20 laps to go, he's got to be feeling pretty good about that. Everybody has been to pit road under this pit stop. Everybody has topped off on fuel. Everybody should be able to go the distance. Otto Cruz, Jacob Morgan on the front row. Swafford and Hubbard on the second row. Kenny Hyde Jr., Patrick Gitter on the third row. Tony Karen, Dean Webb on the fourth row. And Clint and Charles Joplin rounding out the top 10. Worth noting, Dean Webb has hung out outside the top 10 all night. Highest spot was 11th prior to this. Now here he sits back in about 8th place. Definitely somebody who has a great chance here. Everybody trying to get sorted out, lined up, ready to go. Patrick Gitter in 4th, current points leader, has won 3 races so far, has led laps here tonight. paced car is in. A lot of these guys up here in the top 10 have everybody on the lead lap still has a chance. A lot of guys looking for their first win here tonight. And I'd imagine that this is not going to be the final caution as Otto starts picking up speed just barely. Now the green is in the air. He flat foots it, headed for turn 1. Jacob Morgan up on the high side. Mickey Mouse drops down to the apron. Through turn 1, Otto Cruz gets the truck at just ahead of the outside line. Swafford second in line on the bottom now. Tony Karen third in line on the bottom. Jacob Morgan, Patrick Gitter, and Dean Webb have the top 3 on the high line. And I guarantee you, Jacob is happy to see Patrick Gitter, as we heard Swafford talk about who's behind you, who's pushing, who's you're working with. Extremely important, and having Patrick Gitter and Dean Webb there, that's got to be a comforting feeling. A lapped car slow ahead should drop off in the middle of, oh my God, Jacob Morgan is around right in front of the entire field. Otto Cruz holds it down. Tony Karen is caught. Caution is out. Looks like Jacob Morgan tried to come down before he was fully clear. What a save by Otto Cruz. And Tony Karen manages to, he collects a lot of damage in that. Unfortunately, it looks like his engine is done. However, hopefully Tony did remember the backup engine here today. Patrick Gitter back to the lead. Dean Webb now in second. Charles Joplin in third with Otto Cruz. Now Otto Cruz is going to be third. Well, let's wait and see where it sorts them in line. Looks like Otto's going to be scored in second. Let's try and get a look at the truck. I do not see very much damage to his truck here. See if he goes to pit road. If he stays out, we'll grab him and see how he's feeling now. Patrick Gitter in the lead. Otto Cruz in second. Might be a hair bit of damage on the right front fender, but nothing significant. A little bit of rear bumper damage, but how Otto saved that and then keeps the truck in such good shape. Otto Cruz stays out. Let's see if we can get a word. Hey, Otto, it's Doug in the booth. You got me? Hey, Otto, it's Doug. You got me? Otto Cruz, it's Doug in the booth. You got me? It looks like Otto might be having some technical difficulties there. Shout out to Otto for that epic save. Bryce Whipple, that was definitely Bonk City. Dean Webb now up into third. Hey, Dean, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Hey, I have to ask, you hung out outside the top 10. I've seen you back in as far back as 20th playing it safe for a while. Now you're up here in third. Man, you've came through this thing these last few runs pretty quickly.
Yeah, man, I've been lucky, been in the right place, making the right moves at the right time. Hopefully you can make it work at the end here.
You've had a few very, very close calls that you've managed to avoid. The question has to be asked, are you wearing the brown pants today?
Yeah, they brought me a new fire suit on a couple of pit stops for sure.
I don't blame you one bit. How are you feeling about your chances now up here with these guys?
Well, it's gonna be one of those deals. We're either gonna be in the right place at the right time, or we're gonna get wadded up at the field. But it'll be that 3 wide. We're gonna have to watch out for those runs and just keep picking away at it here and see if we can close it out.
All right, man. Good luck. One heck of a run any way it goes.
Thank you.
And Blake Vicken also is having to swap pants during cautions as well. Another driver who is way up from where he started and where he has been racing in 7th place after starting 29th, Kenny Hyde Jr. We've barely talked about him tonight, other than early in the race, the first half of the race. He was in that group at the very back, just playing it safe, off the back, staying out of trouble, and now here he is in the top 10. Additionally, Brandon Hubbard, same type of situation. We've seen him run to the front one time all night long. And now here he is in the top 10 after starting in 31st. Daytona winner Nate Johnson back there in 12th. Russell Worth in 11th. Still, and Pudge back there in 13th, looking for that first win of the season. It'll be about 13 to go at the line. When they get the green flag, things are going to get even more hectic. As several of the drivers have said, at 10 to go, they are coming to the front. Blake Vicken saying he not waiting for 10 to go. It is go time now. We'll have to keep a close eye on the Interstate Batteries truck, currently in 22nd. I'm guessing that several drivers back there at the back of the field are ready to make their way back toward the front, including Vicken, including Jacob Morgan. Brandon Newby is back there. Tony Karen is back there. James Smith, who has had a rough night, and Jeremy Edwards. The first time I think he's been out of the top 10 all night. He is back in 18th. Did hear Dean Webb say they're going to have to watch for that third line, watch for the runs, and they're definitely going to have to watch closely. There is not a lot of time left for these guys in the back to make their way forward. Pace car is headed in.
Hey, I'll check the race or the stream chat after.
Not sure what that was, but all right, green flag back in the air. Off into turn number 1. Patrick Gitter gets the lead. Dean Webb right on his bumper. Charles Joplin managing to clear the outside line as well. James Smith now up into 4th. Otto is going backwards. Justin Swafford right behind him is losing ground as well. Caution is out. It looks like Brandon Hubbard. Looks like Brandon Hubbard had some problems. Oh, sorry. It looks like Russell Worth and Brandon Hubbard get together on the back straightaway. Hubbard had a run trying to go up the middle, tried to come down across the nose and hard into the outside wall. Could see a little bit more of that as guys really start pushing their way to the front. Now Patrick Gitter still has the lead. Hubbard is stopped on the back straightaway. Dean Webb in second, Charles Joplin third, James Smith fourth, and Clay Kickenbauer in fifth. Otto dropped back to sixth, and Justin Swafford fell back to eighth. Russell Worth has made his way back into the top 10, and look at this, Jarrett Woodard, last time we saw him was way back in 20-something. He has made his way back into 11th. I half expected to see some of the guys at the front fake to pit road, but nope, nobody'd believe them anyway. It does look like Pudge is coming to pit road, as is Jeremy Edwards. Let's see, no damage to either truck. And I don't think they're going to need fuel. A couple other guys coming to pit road. Obviously, Patrick Piper has some damage. Nate Johnson, Ryan McDaniel, all with damage coming to pit road. Hey, good night, Melissa, and good luck to your daughter. I hope everything goes okay and she heals quickly. The 99 looks like he's getting a lap back. That is Joe Ogle. He gets the wave around. Looks like that truck is still a little beat up, but back up to speed. Charles Joplin back in third. James Smith has really had a rough night. So to see him up there in fourth, he's got to be happy with his run thus far. Clay Kickenbauer in fifth, Otto Cruz in sixth, Kenny Hyde Jr. up into seventh. Let's see if we can find him. Hey Kenny, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Dude, we watched the first half of the race, you hanging out back, and now here you are up in seventh.
Jeff Gordon done it a couple times to win some races at Talladega. Why can't I?
Hey, it does work, and it's, you know, that's a good example to follow, I got to tell you.
Grew up watching Jeff Gordon a lot when I was a kid, and hopefully what I watched when I was a kid can transform and getting a win tonight if the cards are played that way for me.
Well, hopefully it falls your way. I don't want to know when you were a kid because I don't want to feel any older than I already have tonight.
Let's put it this way, I'm only 29.
Hey, I've got a kid older than you. Thanks.
No problem, bud. I love you too.
Well, good luck as you line back up, and could this be the night we see Mellow Yellow get to victory lane?
It's Talladega. You ain't gonna know till every car crosses the line to see who's gonna finish where. I mean, I feel like I got a good chance at it, but it's still 7 laps to go and we take the green, so God only knows.
All right, man. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you, man.
All right, Kenny Hyde Jr. will restart in 7th. Patrick Gitter is up front. Looks like it'll be about 8 laps to go on the restart. Patrick Gitter, Dean Webb up front. Charles Joplin, another one that hung out back or mid-pack all night, has made his way up into third. Race number 8 of the season. We've only seen 5 winners, with Patrick Gitter getting 3 wins so far. Could we see another first-time winner tonight, or does Patrick Gitter get win number 4? Pace car is in. Green flag is back in the air. 8 to go at the line. A little bit of a checkup, looked like on the outside line, and a power move down to the bottom. I believe that was James Smith. No, that was not James. I could not tell you who that was. Now I know who that was. That was Colby Whipple making that power move from the high line to the bottom. Patrick Gitter out front, but Clay Kickenbauer jumping to the high side in front of Dean Webb. Kenny Hyde Jr. down third in line on the bottom. And look at the push Dean gives. Clay Kickenbauer is up to the front. Will he lead his first lap of the night? Kickenbauer leads that lap. 7 laps to go. They're 3 wide in the middle of the pack as Brandon Newby is starting to make his way forward. As is Jacob Morgan trying to make it 3 wide. Blake Vicken also starting to work his way forward with Newby. Bernheimer's in the mix. It's 3 wide. All over the pack. Here comes Morgan, Newby, and Vicken. Up the middle. All 3 up the middle. A bobblehead of Kickenbauer. And whoa! Tony Karen just made a big jump from middle to bottom. That is getting wild. This guy's trying to find any way to make their way forward. Middle line starting to build some momentum. Dean Webb leading the high line. Oh, Vicken bounces off somebody into Tony Karen. No caution. Everybody involved clears the track. Now caution is out. Blake Vicken involved. Russell Worth involved. And it looks like Blake thought he was clear, tried to move up high, bounced off of, I believe, Russell Worth. Now Russell ends up bouncing off and coming down. Pudge is collected. I believe that is Colby Whipple also caught in it. Ryan McDaniel also caught. He is towed to the pits. Tony Karen had to tow. Russell Worth had to tow to the pit road. That incident takes about 3 trucks out of contention late in the race. Things getting very sketchy out there. Gardner, Swafford, and Pudge all on pit road getting repairs. Nate Johnson has some damage. Not sure what happened there. It looked like there might have been an incident under caution. Trucks blowing up on the track. Swafford, or on pit road, Swafford is coming. Colby Whipple's car engine is blown. Colby Whipple has been repaired. He is coming back out. Blake Vicken is also coming back out. Gardner, Pudge, Nate Johnson still on pit road, as is Russell Worth and Ryan McDaniel and Blair Patterson. Looks like they will restart with 2 to go. And still 21 trucks on the lead lap. Make that 22 as Nate Johnson comes off pit road. Colby Whipple saying he is very happy he still had a fast repair available. He comes off pit road in 19th. And it is Talladega. Anything can happen. It'll be 3 to go when they line up, 2 to go when the green drops. They get the 1 to green. Charles Joplin and Patrick Gitter on the front row. Clay Kickenbauer, James Smith on the second row. Kenny Hyde Jr., Dean Webb on the third. Jacob Morgan and Brandon Newby now on the fourth row. Clint and Jarrett Woodard rounding out the top 10. Brandon Newby has hung out back all night, avoided everything, and has made his way into the top 10 at just the right moment. Actually, it is a natural green-white checkered. They'll still have 1 green-white checker available. Hopefully they don't need it. I don't know how much longer my voice will hold out. Pace car leads them around, possibly for the last time. Can Charles Joplin get his first win of the season? Can Clay Kickenbauer get his first win? Or will Patrick Gitter get win number 4? Or will somebody way back in the field, a Blake Vicken or a Nate Johnson, will they be able to come to the front? Pudge is back out. He is repaired and on the lead lap. Pace car is in. It's anybody's race. Green flag is in the air. It'll be 2 to go at the line. Down into turn 1, and Blake Vicken shoots up the middle. Look at Blake Vicken go. He shoots up the middle, gets up behind Kevin Bernheimer. Clears Bernheimer, is chasing down Otto Cruz. He's already picked up 5 spots since the restart and making his way forward. Patrick Gitter still has the lead. Clay Kickenbauer in second. Oh! Kenny Hyde Jr. a bobble through 3 and 4. Kenny Hyde Jr. moves Charles Joplin up the track. Down through the front straight, and Kickenbauer to the lead. Charles Joplin, a huge push. Now Joplin goes to the high side. Kickenbauer down to the bottom, white flag in the air. Big wreck behind. Kickenbauer's got a push from Gitter. Gitter looking for a way. Look who's back behind him. Newby's there. Vicken is there. Bernheimer. Gitter up to the high side. Down the back straight they go. They're 3 wide. 4 wide. Newby makes it. Oh, he gets together. And Newby keeps sending it. Now it comes down to this. Blake Vicken, Charles Joplin, Patrick Gitter. Here comes Swafford, but he doesn't have the time. Oh, Vicken gets yeeted off the track. Jeremy Edwards comes from nowhere. They're door banging to the line. Who's it going to be? Holy crap. Swafford comes up the middle, but it's Charles Joplin at the line. Charles Joplin wins his first race of the season sideways. Where did Swafford come from? Holy cow! Where did Edwards come from? I am sure Vicken is not happy with the way that ended, but he still came home 6th. Clay Kickenbauer comes home 5th. All right, let's get Jeremy Edwards. Ryan saying Vicken is out of shorts and is going commando. Didn't need to know that, buddy. All right, let's start with Jeremy Edwards. Hey, Jeremy, this is Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I have to ask, when you restarted, you were way back there. How did you get that run all the way up to the front?
Well, they watered him up there, and I think it was 1 and 2 there, and I honestly just stayed into it, seeing that was a white flag, and luckily made it through there. And I didn't mean to turn Blake off 4 there, but I wasn't letting up. I was just going to push him all the way to the win there on the high side. But that was a pretty exciting finish.
That definitely was, man. Coming out of turn 4, it looked like it was going to be you and Vicken coming to the line, but obviously the incident happened, and you almost pulled off the win late there at the end. But still, a 3rd place finish, you have to be happy with that.
Yeah, it was fun. Like I said, I apologize to Blake. I was just hooked on his bumper, and I was going to push him the rest of the way, and didn't even think I was really pushing him right there off 4, but apparently I got a little too off-centered on him and turned him, so I apologize to Blake for that.
All right, man. Well, congratulations. A great top 3 and a great race tonight, buddy.
Yep, thanks, Doug.
All right, let's see if we can get Swafford. Hey, Justin, it's Doug. You got me?
10-4. What's up, brother?
Hey, man. Where did you come from? Out of turn 4, it looked like there was no way in the world you could catch those guys. And suddenly it's 3 wide at the line for the win.
Man, I tell you, I don't know. I blinked. I kept watching everybody wreck, and I just had to keep checking out my left and right, make sure I didn't get taken out. And I was driving out my right and left side and my rearview mirror than I was straight, and I just kept, holding it down, and that was it.
That definitely was it. It looked briefly like you were going to take the win. You had a ton of momentum coming to the line there, man, but still a 2nd place finish. You got to be extraordinarily happy with that, all things considered tonight.
Yeah, coming out of, I think it was 3, they got checked up, and I had to just barely let off for a quick second. I think if I could have kept in it all the way, I could have gotten it. But I think Richie won, so congrats to him. That was a good race, and thanks, Pudge, for putting this on. Thanks for being the best broadcaster out there, buddy.
Hey, thank you, man. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
And let's see if we can talk to our winner. Hey, Richie, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, I do. How you doing, buddy?
I am good, but man, what a finish. You win the race sideways.
I know it. That was awesome. I didn't know it was going to work, but I wasn't going to back out, so I was going for it.
I don't blame you a bit. It looked there briefly like there was no way you could pull it off with Jeremy Edwards coming and Justin Swafford coming. I didn't know how you were going to do it. I honestly think whoever it was behind you that got you sideways pushed you just an inch across the line ahead of them.
I don't know. I don't know who that was. I need to watch it again, but I'm glad. This competition with this Nowski guys is tough, and I just enjoy racing with them. So I finally got a win. So I'm in the All-Star race. I don't have to worry about that now.
You definitely are, and you certainly earned it tonight, man. Congratulations. That was one heck of a win for you, buddy.
Thank you, Doug.
All right. What a win for Richie. Congratulations. Congratulations to everybody. That was one heck of a race. I am out of breath, and my voice is about gone. But it has been an epic night of racing with the Outlaws season opener at California, followed by this race at Talladega. It has been great. You can find all these videos. They'll be on YouTube by tomorrow morning, so you don't have to miss anything. You can catch all the past races there on YouTube as well. Make sure you're following us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all the stuff. You can find all the links at our website, htsai.net, which is currently being redesigned by 3 Wide Designs in New York. Really excited about that. Thank you guys so much. Come back tomorrow night for the American All-Star Dirt Series as they have their season opener, which promises to be just as much fun. Thank you guys so much and have a wonderful night.